Hasina, so just give us a sense of exactly where you are and what is the situation.
Yes, as you mentioned, quite a cold, gloomy and a dreary start to the weekend here in Johannesburg. For many, the rain as well as the load shedding has just added to their traffic woes. We're currently in Emerentia, which is on the north of Johannesburg, quite a busy area on a normal day. But just this afternoon, we saw most of this road being gridlocked. Many of the robots or the traffic lights have come on back online, but this specific one is still off. And what we've seen here is, lots of gridlock. I'm going to try to step out of the shot and allow the camera person, Tembu, to give you a shot of just the kind of traffic that we've seen here throughout the day. We know that stage 4 load shedding was implemented here as well from at least 12 o'clock till about 4:30 this afternoon. Some areas have come back online, but we do know that with load shedding, sometimes some areas are affected once again after load shedding is stopped. We know the incomer in this area has tripped as well, so the lights are still out for many here because of the capacity that you spoke about earlier on. Eskom brought rolling blackouts back last night. We saw stage 2 load shedding taking place. This afternoon we saw stage 4. And what we know is that the power utility has said that more than a quarter of its generating capacity is offline due to both unplanned and planned outages. It cited a few different reasons. One of them was yesterday was due to water resources being replenished, and they were trying to augment that water resources and bring back their supply. That did not happen, and we've seen also the rain contributing to our loss of power. Some of the fuels are coal powered, and what they've said is that the rainy weather have wet the coal, and that has completely diminished the ability to generate power in some of these facilities.
Cited various reasons, including loss of its generating capacity. Was this wholly unforeseen rather?
From what we understand, that this was completely unplanned, that the power utility did not expect to bring back and implement load shedding, but some of the maintenance that went offline yesterday, which were meant to come back online, did not come back. And then they thought that stage 2 will assist with that, but we've seen a diminishing of capacity for power, but a higher demand. With the cold weather that we've seen around the country, people are using more electricity, and that has also affected supply, especially because they're not being able to replenish the supply as fast. We saw something similar happen a few months ago when the heat wave came in, that Eskom was not able to keep up with the demand from the consumers, and we had load shedding come in at that time as well.
Now, Hasina, let's talk about this current stage 4 phasing. Eskom announced that it will begin at 2 p.m. this Friday, and it will continue until, I think, at 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Are these correct?
Yes, from what we understand, those are at least till 6 a.m. They've said that if the rain and cold weather continues, we can see load shedding continue at least till Monday morning or till the weekend. So it all depends on whether or not Eskom is able to bring back its capacity to replenish all the supply that it has and bring back its grid to full capacity. Right now it's running on only 3/4 steam, and it needs to get back that last quarter.
Hasina, and I know this part of the road that you're at in Emerentia, a very, very busy one, as you mentioned. So I'd imagine that quite a lot of people have been inconvenienced by this. Have you had a chance to speak to any of them? Is anybody willing to talk, or is everybody just too busy trying to rush home and make plans?
The few that we spoke to while we were waiting before we went on air did say this added at least a half an hour to an hour to the usual travel. This is usually a busy road on a normal day, and especially on a Friday afternoon. But now this added just half an hour to get through a small area from Victory Park into Emerentia, which would normally take you maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Now took you 30 to 45 minutes. But many are here on a rush to get home and start their weekend and be warm again.
All right, thank you very much, Hasina. Hasina Gori, SABC reporter on that story, and of course we hope to speak to SABC, to Eskom later on to speak about just when this will end and how long can they keep the lights on this time. So let's move on to